Greetings all, Vanny here for Taurus's weekly message. Okay. Spirit says what Spirit says. The first card that came out for you is the Eight of Cups. And I only laugh like that is because it was such an important part of Aries' message. But yours is a completely different energy, especially because you are a Taurian. Walking away from cups also means walking away from things, physical, emotional attachments to people, situations, mindsets, and old identities. That's a big one that a lot of us in the earth signs have a hard time with, is the physical identity, because so much of society tells us you are who you present to the world. You are who you push out there. But that is only a facet. That is the ego. And not often enough we let that ego shift. And what I mean by that is we allow ourselves to change what we like, the things that resonate with us, the things that fill our cups and fill our days, fill our times. So often we settle into a routine of monotony and repetition and comfort because it's what we know, and we don't experiment or go out and see something new, see if there is something else that might resonate for us. Like if your family has always been really into music and like everyone is a musician and you love music, but you're like, maybe I want to look into filmmaking or video game design. And like you could take what you know about music and pull it into a new hobby that someone hasn't experimented with yet. And it's like, it isn't even like you're leaving the old situation. But okay, maybe you are. Okay, you don't have to leave the old situation if you don't want to, but for some of my fellow Taurians out there, because I am a Taurus sun, happy Taurus season, by the way, this has been something you've needed to walk away from for a long time. It hasn't been balanced, it hasn't been mutually respectful, and it's left you in turbulent seas that damage your body, damage your vessel, damage what you're supposed to be doing in this world. And so we have to move on from that situation because it just simply was not serving us. Especially if people in that situation were actively trying to stop you from going after your dreams, stop you from going after what it is that makes you happy, because they say you have a specific role. The judgment, you don't need to take that with you. The only person you need to worry about is yourself, because at the end of the day, that is who you will have, my love. And so if that means you have to burn bridges, walk away from siblings, friends, situations that work, then you have to do that, because it was confining, constraining, and people were not letting you blossom. You cannot blossom, you cannot thrive when you are being choked and confined like this. I feel like some of my fellow Taurians out there are a bit like a goldfish in that people sort of keep you around for the awe of it. Look at this beautiful, wonderful thing that I have that I keep in a far too small container. When you are released and you are allowed to grow as big as your environment will let you, you will take over. And not just your own world, but spreading your love, your light, that weirdness that someone tried to covet, cover, or obscure is going to be shared and accepted. You have divine source. Help me know that all my my deepest needs will be met. Let me trust that you have a plan and the right actions will come. You are my source for all. That is a wonderful prayer to say to Spirit and to say to Source. There is delusion at the bottom of the deck in reverse. This card states, intention without surrender can be a fast path to delusion. And that I would agree upon, Taurus, because being at the state that I am with my business, it has taken a long time because there hasn't been the physical movement behind it. And I understand that everything happens for a reason and everything happens in their own time. But it Your dream needs a constant work and attention from you. And it also means it needs a constant shifting, because you will not be the same person that creates the dream as you are now. You have to expand. You have to become something more. And that brings an inherent loss. Like I was saying with the ego earlier, you have to shift and become something new, become someone new. And that can be very scary because you don't know who that will be. And if you are anything like me in that you need a plan, you need to be 4 steps ahead before something happens. You need to know exactly the time, place, address, and you want to be there 2 hours before. Intention without surrender is a fast path to delusion. State what you want and put the work behind it. One of my favorite movies is Princess and the Frog. And I love it for so many reasons, but one, the relationship between Charlotte and Tiana, and their relationship with the star. Charlotte immediately thought that she would just wish on the star and everything would happen. Tiana thought that was folly and that she had to make everything happen herself. Be a balance of that. Wish on the star, pray to the gods, ask what it is that you need, and be ready to do the work when they show you, when they bring it across your path and they show you where you need to go, what directions you need to be putting your time and energy in. The bone collector, spirit will speak to you. They have been speaking to you, and they are ready to help you continue your journey. But you have to be at a place where you're ready to commit, where you're ready to like full send all of your energy, all of your time. And of course, make sure you're resting, taking care of yourself, because your health is so important. But if you want to create something, you have to be ready to do a lot of work for it, especially if it's something that is inherently different from what everyone else has wanted. This sense of home that you are wanting to create, this sense of belonging and community, it's going to be different because it's going to be made by you, someone who has been pushed around, someone who has been made to feel like they have to change to fit into someone else's image because they are too much, they are too out there, too loud, too colorful, too extravagant, erratic, whatever it is, someone trying to make you something that you are not. You, my beautiful soul, my beautiful collective, and my fellow Taurians are exactly the way you are supposed to be. Are you perfect? Absolutely not. None of us are. We have work to do. We have healing that we go through and wounds that we must mend. But that is the point of our expansion. That is the point of us growing and continuing to learn to become the next most greatest beautiful version of the person that we already are. And so, my love, when you are committing to yourself, when you are bringing this intention home, remember to be flexible and allow yourself to change. I am sorry for what I am sure was a very chaotic cutoff. My mom just came up and had to tell me something with her story, but I feel like that was Taurus said and done anyway. So maybe that was Spirit telling me to cut off and say, have a beautiful day, my fellow Taurians. Go after your dreams because you're absolutely worth it.